chase, make a user lose sleep. You can see it in their face. Addicted to the flow, like a sniffer in a blow. I'm like Mike with the ball with 3 seconds to go. This is pure uncut. I don't give advice, I is that life. You the only reason why you live so trite. Hustle right, only thing I can say to them. Get it up, flip it, they call you, bring the gate to them. Got smokers, get them the best weed. Don't like stress, don't mess with stress weed. That block hustling, that ain't me, dog. But it, run to the blood, that's my family little leak, dog. And I ain't got to lie. Brought over price clothes to look extra fly. And you can see it in my eyes. I'm a fool with a hustle and a haters I despise. Swag ass niggas mad as shit. Cause they women like my grow, they love my flow, and they running by my hits up out the stove. Round 22s, don't do what dummies do. Cause a man hustle right, chip and move, volume 2. This is pure uncut, no fillers, no chase. Make a user lose sleep, you can see it in their face. Addicted to the flow, like a sniffer in a blow. I'm like Mike with the ball, with 3 sets to go. This is pure uncut, no fillers, no chase. Make a user lose sleep, you can see it in their face. Addicted to the flow, like a sniffer in a blow. I'm like Mike with the ball, with 3 seconds to go. Strategic in every step. I'm from the NO, please believe it. When I rap, know where I'm at. This the cup, roll the heart of Dixie. Where hustles where they park in a club, real jiggy. Me, myself, I'm just a shipping move from another stack, my man. I put it on the grams on how black I am. This is facts, my man. I don't deal in fiction. Better act your being about them pills I'm pitching. While you working 12 hours paying bills and bitching. Guys and man flipping O's like nobody's business. Taking time out to spit this and re-up swiftly. Then it's back to filling the mortars and stacking bucks quickly. Fam's godfather, ain't no way around it. It was all just for fun till he got pounds in. Now it ain't a day that his phone ain't ringing like note and it's like a fat bitch ain't singing. This is pure uncut, no filler, no chase. Make a user lose sleep, you can see it in their face. Addicted to the flow, like a sniffer in the blow. I'm like Mike with the ball with 3 sets to go. This is pure uncut, no fillers, no chase. Make a user lose sleep, you can see it in their face. Addicted to the flow, like a sniffer in the blow. I'm like Mike with the ball with 3 seconds to go. Gangsta, gangsta, that's all I know. From the crest to the Mac Mouth Cali, yo, whoa, dog. It ain't no secret when it comes to the throat. This N.O. hustler keeps it. Please believe it. One night solo bills in a bag of Reese's Pieces. Fam click, don't that shine bright? Kaiser man on the track, ain't his rhymes tight? Roll up, bold up.
Box in the mud.
I'm used to shipping with gangsters.
Moving with thugs.
I know a couple of grips, fuck with a couple of bloods. Run with the fam click, handle a couple of. This is pure uncut, no filler, no chase. Make a user lose sleep, you can see it in their face. Addicted to the flow, like a sniffer in the blow. I'm like Mike with the ball with 3 seconds to go. This is pure uncut, no.
Let's get into it. Let's get into it. Let me change, get my mic turned right. Good evening. Happy Sunday and welcome. This is That's My Take podcast. I am your host. No, the motherfucking narrator. Sorry for cussing. Lord forgive me. I know it's your day. That's My Take podcast. Thank every one of you for joining me. I just want to, before I even get into my spiel, before I even forget, feedback. New feedback. This time it was in my face. A good friend of mine was like, why don't you just pick one song and just run with the one song since it's a show like a sitcom. So, I told him, well, this ain't no motherfucking sitcom. So I got a whole lot of music that I want to put out, and what better way to keep my shows different from anybody else's show than me showcasing fam music. So that's what I'm going to do. Obviously, the song you heard earlier at the top was a throwback. I've been listening to a lot of my old verses, getting ready to get back in the studio here pretty soon. So I've been doing what they call film work or study and just going back, listening to my verses, my delivery, punchlines, metaphors, similes, and just getting ready to get back into it. Because again, if you ain't heard, me and my partner Shotty Balboa will be releasing 3 EPs same day. A solo by himself, a solo by myself, and a group EP. 6 songs on each. I believe that makes 18 tracks, 3 EPs. I can't wait to get to it. Always subscribe, like, comment, share. It don't cost you nothing to support. I ain't begging, I ain't asking, I ain't paying. Simply mentioning. Speaking of, the Cash App should be pulling up. Let me get my finger right as it scrolls right here. Yep, Cash App. Appreciate it. Anything's appreciated. No problem there. Again, in terms of the music, anything that you hear that you may like, contact me directly via email. Email is in my description. We are the home of the $2 singles. This channel, this experience, this episode is always brought to you by the fam. Forever amongst made men, forever about making money. My socials, on all socials, that's X, IG, and TikTok. I am new to TikTok. Happy to say I got 1,000 views on a post recently as I investigated AI, mentioning that myself is a retired rapper because they saw a Facebook post saying I said I retired last November. Obviously correct, but look, bro, I'm a rapper. That's what we do. We retire and we come back and back. Nah, I came back because I got a finale in me. That's why I came back. I came back because this rap shit is me. I came back because I know I could deliver high quality hip hop music at my age and fuck ageism. That's why I came back. Now that we got all that out the way, let us get us into the podcast. On the hip hop front, Pooh Shiesty was released. I'm not gonna sit up here and act like I'm the biggest Pooh Shiesty fan, but I understand the impact of him being released and what does that actually look like for hip hop. And hey, just like anything else, it was a moment. I'll read from Double XL real quick. On Monday, October 6th, the Memphis, Tennessee rapper was freed from federal prison in Pennsylvania, where he was serving time since 2022 on firearms conspiracy charges. Pooh's friends and family put on a welcome home party for the newly freed rhymer. Footage from the party can be seen below. Pooh Shiesty's attorney has released the following statement. I am elated that Pooh has been released after 3 years. The government fought hard to give him 10, but after listening to the case, the judge agreed with us that it was not appropriate to give him a sentence that resulted in him serving 3 years. I know he will come back bigger than ever and definitely learn from this experience. He is excited to start the next chapter of his story. I believe that everything happens for a reason, and I think this is just the beginning of his second act. Again, welcome home, Pooh Shiesty. Still on the hip hop front, Drake's lawsuit was dismissed. I don't know the entirety of the dismissal, but I do have the story here pulled up, and let's just get right into it real quick. A spokesman for Drake has released a statement to Double XL, cited, this is where the story is coming from, regarding today's court decision to dismiss the rapper's defamation lawsuit against Universal Music Group over Kendrick Lamar's Not Like Us. We intended to appeal today's ruling, and we look forward to the Court of Appeals reviewing it. Drake's defamation lawsuit against Universal Music Group over Kendrick Lamar's Not Like Us has been dismissed in court. Obviously, that's a blow for Drake. We all team Drake over here. I do listen to Kendrick. I mean, I'm not gonna act like I don't, but I am not a fan of Kendrick. I am a fan of Drake. I don't mind admitting it. I know a lot of people feel like, well, that's soft. You like old soft ass Drake who use all these people to actually write for him and produce his music. Look, bro, good music is good music, and I go with what I could kind of relate to. I can't relate to all this changing my voice, nerdy, I'm woke shit. Like I relate to like the women and that smooth shit and that player shit. So it's not a good fit. Let's just say that it's not a good fit. So obviously my take is I'm sorry about the blow for Drake. I'm hoping to appeal it and they get to their favor. But if not, it is what it is. They tried and they still think they not like us, but we all the same but different. But that's another topic. That's my take on that. Moving on. I think we got one more hip hop story. Yes, Lil Durk. Little Durk caught with the Apple Watch in jail. Not the best look. Facing federal murder charges. But let's get into the story. Why is it not pulling up and why is it freezing? Technology is just a motherfucker because, I mean, all I had to do, see, it's just not working. It's crazy. All right. Well, we know how to do this. We'll just go back into it from the top. There we go. Boom. And Lil Durk caught with Apple Watch in jail. Lil Durk was caught with an Apple Watch in jail and attempted to destroy it over the summer. On Monday, the prosecution filed a motion in the rapper's murder for hire case, requesting an anonymous jury for the upcoming trial. The motion cites authorities finding out that Durk was in possession of an Apple Watch in August and a significant risk of witness tampering. In late August 2025, the official seized an Apple Watch with cellular capability from the defendant. Even more troubling is Banks' conduct after he was caught. Rather than accepting responsibility for the violation, defendant allegedly obstructed the investigation, attempting to damage and or destroy said Apple Watch. This is not the first time that Drake has been accused of breaking communications rules at the detention center in Los Angeles, where he was extradited to from Florida last November. Last December, authorities accused Durk of making unregulated three-way calls. Durk is currently awaiting trial after being arrested last October. Authorities have accused him of hiring 5 Chicago men to travel to California and murder Quando Rondo in retaliation for the death of King Von, who was killed by a Quando associate following a fight in Atlanta in 2020. During the 2022 attempt on Quando's life, his cousin actually was killed and shot instead. Durk's trial is scheduled to start January 6th of 2026. And obviously, my take on this one is you're already locked up. And if you're getting caught with devices, that's not going to look good in terms of the trial that's coming in January. It wasn't looking good for Lil Durk in terms of his paper trail and his digital trail he left allegedly. And this is just my take on things I've seen. I don't have any facts, but just the digital alleged paper trail is enough to get convictions these days. We praying, obviously for him. Just to be honest with you, I'm not a person that won't see nobody locked up unless you on some grape or child bullshit. But for the most part, I guess murder, but it just depends because murder's so broad, and I don't want to get into that, but I guess murder too. But I don't want to see people locked up. Like if you still cut their fucking hand off type shit. Like, you know what I'm saying? You're a compulsive thief, go finger for finger and see how that do. But just locking people up, I'm not a proponent of the judicial or the penal system. But in closing, hopefully Again, Lil Durk don't get the life sentence that they're trying to give him for these federal murder charges, but we just got to wait and see, just like everybody else. Moving on. And we go switch gears and go to sports. As of right now, we're going to go with college. If you didn't notice, and I'll show it, I'm wearing a Texas shirt. I don't do much without calculation. So if you see me wearing something, it's calculated. But I got on a Texas shirt to rep Texas and Arch Manning, just to be real, because I know some people might think I've been a little hard on Arch, which I wouldn't say I was hard on Arch. I just feel like in retrospect, if hype, media, pundits, commentators, whole industries want to label you as something, well, if you're not that, I feel like it's my job to be an objective podcaster to point that out. And sure enough, that's pretty much what I've been doing. But I also have to point out the good. Arch, not only beat a damn good Oklahoma team that was ranked sixth, but as we get into the score, it was 23-6. A sixth-ranked team now. They was undefeated coming in as well. Now they're 5-1. Texas is 4-2. They didn't score a point in the second half, so definitely defense helped him. But let's just keep it real. He got to win, and I'm good, and I'm happy for him. Let's get into some of the team stats real quick. Actually, come on, we got a good story right here. We just go run this story, and this is from ESPN. Ryan Niblett returned a punt 47 yards for a decisive touchdown in the fourth quarter, and Texas got a much-needed 23-6 win over sixth-ranked Oklahoma in the annual Red River rivalry game on Saturday. Arch Manning completed 21 of 27. That's very efficient for 166 yards and the go-ahead 12-yard touchdown to DeAndre Moore Jr. on the opening drive of the second half for the Longhorns, who were coming off a loss to Florida that knocked the preseason number one team out of the AP top 25. We learned how to fight today, Texas coach Steve Sarkisian said. We saw the true character of the men that's in our locker room. Texas retained the Golden Hat Trophy and should get back into the next poll on Sunday. More importantly, the Longhorns avoided a loss that likely would have ended any realistic chance of getting into the college football playoff for the third year in a row. I mean, listen, it's a pretty long article. Let's get into some takeaways. Oklahoma, the Sooners have now lost back-to-back games against their biggest rival for the first time since 2008 and 2009. Before a 34-3 loss last year in the game at the State Fair of Texas, they had won 5 of the 6 against Texas, including the 2028 Big 12 championship. I mean, it's not much, honestly, I could really say except kudos. Like, you needed that bounce back game. Oklahoma is a D1 SEC school. It's nothing I'm taking away from you. Arch, kudos. Again, that's why I'm wearing the shirt. I don't want people to think it's just all Arch hate, because it's not like that. It's just, again, I felt like, damn, y'all done crowned him. So let's see how it go. And, we'll go from there. Moving on, Deion Sanders and the Colorado Buffs got a big upset win against a ranked Iowa State team. So much, in fact, Deion Sanders endorses Bluff fans storming the field despite the fine. A mass of Colorado fans spilled out of the seats and into the field after a 24-17 victory over number 22 Iowa State on yesterday. It was a sight that the Bluffs coach Deion Sanders loved to see. It might very well lead to a fine or a reprimand or both. Either way, it's the second straight home game when an incident involving the crowd at Folsom Field. The school drew a $50,000 fine in a rebuke by the Big 12 for derogatory chants towards BYU crowd on September 28th. The Big 12 might take a hard look at this episode 2, given that conferences are cracking down on students rushing the field. Is it a fine? Coach Prime said after the game. Come on, man. That ain't right. I want to see the kids rush the field. I absolutely love it. I mean, they're going to pay the fine if it is a fine. Come on now. A crowd began gathering near the railing at the end zone with Colorado printed along the slope bank as the clock approached zeros. The public address announcer warned the fans that entering the field could result in a fine in the school and possibly arrest for them. But when the Buffalo's quarterback, Saltler, took the final knee to end the game, the crowd headed toward the midfield logo. I mean, hats off for our security team. They do a good job ushering me in and out the locker room, Sanders said, who notched his second win over AP top 25 team since taking over in Boulder. But I love to see it. I really do. Sanders noted the school lowered the goalpost so it didn't go home as a souvenir. But what are we going to do on the field goal if we take it down anyway? What are you going to do with it, he said. Put it in your front yard, your frat house, then you're talking to yourself. I don't understand that, but I love it. Listen, that's a big win for Colorado and Coach. I know if y'all watched the last show, if you watcher of the channel, I'm a Deion Sanders fan, and we pulling for Colorado just as much as we pulling for the Bluffs. Let's run down some of the scores that from the week that we just passed. Anyway, let's see. Go home. Here we go. All right. Just looking, Alabama, they beat a good Missouri team. Missouri was ranked 14. Bama was ranked 8, so they probably was favored. But that 27-24 victory over Mizzou is big. Ohio State beat Illinois 34-16. Florida State lost to Pittsburgh by 3, 34-31. Ole Miss squeaked out against Washington State, but they did get the win. As noted earlier, Texas beat Oklahoma 23-6. Let's see. Georgia Tech beat a good Virginia Tech team. Well, they were ranked higher, but they still got a good win at 35-20. Notre Dame's continuing their winning ways, 36-7 over North Carolina State. Again, as mentioned, Colorado beat Iowa State, the 22-ranked Iowa State Cyclones, 24-17. Tennessee edged out Arkansas. Florida lost to Texas A&M, the 5th-ranked Texas A&M. Georgia beat my Auburn team, bro. We had such a good first half, and it just crumbled. They let Kirby Smart lie about a damn I call a timeout, which was bullshit. He really called the timeout, talking about he was clapping. He's full of shit. And they let him do it. So Georgia beat my Auburn Tigers 20-10. We didn't do nothing in the second half. Nothing. Michigan lost to USC, and Michigan was ranked 15. That's a bad loss for them. Texas Tech beat Kansas. My LSU Tigers at least got a win over South Carolina. We beat the Gamecocks. BYU beat Arizona. And Utah beat Arizona State. Just to finish up on college. Moving forward, I believe up next will be some NFL. Let me just go to my notes real quick. I'm trying to move it as swift as before we leave college, Penn State fired James Franklin. If you're not familiar with James Franklin, he's the coach of Penn State. And he kind of looks like one of them Kill and Peele dudes. I don't know which one is Kill or Peele or K and Peele, but y'all know what I'm talking about. I guess it's the other one, K, because Jordan Peele the one do the scary movies. Is it Key and Peele, K and Peele? Whatever. He kind of looked like dude, but he got fired because honestly he lost 3 big games. I kind of knew Penn State was going to fire him. I still see Dabo possibly getting fired, and I also still see Florida coach possibly still getting fired. So look out for those coaches on the hot seat. Last thing on college, Cam, even though we lost the game to Georgia, his jersey was released. Was retired. And we happy to see it. Big Cam fan, huge Cam fan. The season was perfect. I went to the first game against Kansas State. They did win the national championship. Again, perfect. So that means we beat Bama as well and Georgia. He had a spectacular season. It's honestly arguably one of the top college seasons ever. So to see his jersey retired, definitely love it. I believe he wore number 2 in college, if I'm not mistaken. Moving on. My Saints, they can't get right. We lost to the Patriots, and I'm not surprised. What I am surprised about is that I literally thought we would win 7 games. I really did. I really honestly thought my Saints would win 7 games, but now I'm hard-pressed to see 5. Just looking at the schedule, I'm hard-pressed to see 5. We lost today 25-19 against the Patriots. I really don't want to get into the damn highlights of what happened to the game because it's a loss. Just keeping it real. Like, I don't care if your quarterback had 300 yards in the loss. I know Olave missed a lot of catches, and everybody think I'm crazy. Olave then had too many concussions. We need a real number 1 receiver. That's just my take. I'm done with Olave. I told y'all this already. Sorry to get hyped. Let's get into the scores and some finals. I'm watching, well, actually, I guess that one's over. Green Bay was winning, so that's probably a done deal. Let's go backwards. Tonight, the Sunday game that's coming up in a few minutes or whatever will be the Lions against the Chiefs. Should be a good game. I doubt I'll be watching it. I'm about to cook and get up out of here. I got a studio session. Let's run down the scores. And, let's get this shit wrapped up like some saran wrap. All right. The Raiders, my Raiders, we beat the Titans. Not a big win, but it's a win. Raiders, y'all been bullshitting. Y'all are 2-4. I love y'all. But what the 20-10, we beat the Titans. Packers, like I just said, they got the 27-18 win over the Bengals with Flacco. The Bucks beat San Fran 30-19. Again, you can look for Baker Mayfield to be your MVP of the league. Book it. It might sound crazy, but book it. Broncos with my old coach Sean Payton beats the Jets 13-11. The Colts continue their winning ways. They 5-1. They beat the Cardinals 31-27. The Dolphins lose 29-27 against the Chargers. My whack-ass Saints lose, as I mentioned earlier, 19-25 against the Patriots. The Steelers beat the Browns 23-9. The Panthers, they actually beat the Cowboys 30-27. Seahawks beat the Jags 20-12. The Rams beat my Ravens, who are 1-5 and definitely poo-poo this year. And the Thursday night game, I think I did air. I was online and doing this show, but I don't know if I gave y'all a final, but that Thursday final was the Giants. Yes, Jackson Dart's Giants beating the Eagles. That wraps up our NFL scores. Now we're on to I Can't Make This Shit Up. If you're not familiar with the segment, it's where I usually find a story. I definitely try my best to make sure I research it so it could be a real story. And from there, I give it to y'all, and here it is. Long-lost Spanish treasure worth $1 million discovered off of the Florida coast. More than 1,000 silver and gold coins were found by a team of specialist divers in a stretch of water amply known as Treasure Coast. It is believed that they were minted in the Spanish colonies of Bolivia, Mexico, and Peru, and were bound for Spain on a fleet of ships also carrying Jews back in 1715. But the precious loot spilled into the sea where a hurricane wrecked the vessel. This is not the first such discovery to be made along the Treasure Coast, as gold coins worth millions of dollars have been undiscovered by scavengers and hunters in recent years. What makes this haul special is that the dates and the mint marks are still visible on some of the coins found over the summer, a valuable resource for historians. And I quote, "This discovery is not only about the treasure itself, but the stories it tells. Each coin is a piece of history, a tangible link to the people who lived, worked, and sailed during the golden age of the Spanish Empire. Finding 1,000 of them in a single recovery is both rare and extraordinary." The company used underwater metal detectors and hand fan sands to carefully comb the seafloor. Florida law means treasure troves belong to the state, but scavengers are often given permission to conduct recovery services. That's interesting. That means if you find something off the coast of Florida, it's for the state by law. That's interesting. So they like, fuck finders keepers. I'm Florida. That's mine if you find it. Okay. As well as this, 20% of the historical artifacts must remain in public ownership, either for research or go on display. Wow. What I thought fascinating is about the story is obviously people finding something from that time period that can be traced to that time period. But I also was like, damn, they found the million. But after reading the whole story, Florida found the fucking million. You just did the work. It's fucking nuts. But yeah, I can't make this shit up. Next segment. It's a segment I like to call This Day in History. Typically, this is where my technology fucks up and I can't find my story to have my broadcast running as smooth as possible. But luckily tonight, everything is pent up and everything's ready to go. I'm like my own everything. Director, cue card guy, sound guy, talent. But here we go. Tequila took over. In 1492, Christopher Columbus' expedition makes landfall on a Caribbean island he named San Salvador, likely Walling Islands, Bahamas. The explorer believes he has reached East Asia. On this day in history, Christopher, I'ma just claim whatever the fuck I want, Columbus made it to the Bahamas thinking he's in Asia. And now, tomorrow, we have Columbus Day. A whole national holiday around somebody that didn't even know where the fuck he was at. It's world crazy, man. Let's get right into the Sunday's editorial, because honestly, I'm tired of reading from a teleprompter. Let's get that over there. Every Sunday, I like to do what I call a Sunday's editorial. And if you're not familiar with the show, please go back and catch a Sunday episode, because the editorials is something that either, really grind my gears or really kind of, I don't know, give me a rise or something. So let's get right into today's editorial. With it being a Halloween season, I had a notion and a thought about, not tricks or treats, but mask. And I'm not really talking about a mask in its true form in terms of something that may go over your head like a Pooh Shiesty or Freddy Krueger or Jason or whatever other character mask that one may wear doing trick-or-treating. Or at a Halloween party, I guess, or on Bourbon Street, because I'm thinking about it. I would love to go to do Halloween in my city. I always had fun times. And you see some fucking wild costumes, speaking of masks. But let me get back to it. The mask that I speak of today is the mask that people wear on a day-to-day. And of course, I'm not here to bash anybody. I I'll be the first to tell you, I'm a real estate agent. I wear that mask when it's time to get a pre-approved client under contract, finding a house, all that. So I get it. We all wear a mask. Most of us anyway. Can't say all because it's never all. But the point is, when does the mask come off? When, of course, you don't want to be so unmasked that it's hurting your pockets. So that's not what I'm saying. But I think, let me just get to the meat and the potatoes of this shit. I think too many people wear masks in society. And I say that with utmost respect for those that have to do what they have to do to get by. I get it. But to you people that wear a mask and act like you love and act like you this and you caring, and them the people that I feel like need to just take their mask off, bro. Like, if you don't care, you don't care. Ain't nothing wrong with not caring. I think something wrong when you fake care. Like these charities that take this money and then do what they want with it. Like these politicians that wear a suit and a mask and ripping us off with a smile on their face and a firm handshake. And this ain't about real or fake. The mask I'm talking about is, look, bro, come as you are when you're around me, whoever you are. I don't want your fucking mask. And that's the Sunday editorial. Thank y'all for joining me. I think the show flowed smooth. Probably wasn't as long as some would like. I do apologize, but I got shit to do. Mainly cook before I go cook at the stew. Because I heard they don't call it the yo no more. I'm an onk now. They call it the stew. I don't understand, but they calling it the fucking stew. I know about the yo, but now it's the stew. But with that said, let's cue up a song to get out of here. I love everybody. Again, I'm Nug the narrator. I promise I don't really mean no harm. But at the same time, some shit just what it is. We got a YouTube commercial, but we out of here.
Fuck you. I say I hate fake rappers, talk about cake rappers, show dope and no label owners, state rappers, sign quick rappers, broke on the slick rappers, come in car driving, CEO dick ride rappers, commercial thug rappers, rap about slug rappers, swag smoking, don't know nothing about KB Nug rappers, play out in the guys and rappers, mad that I got a dime rappers, about to be outshined on rappers, one track rappers, we CD on the whack rappers, king right tight, black, that's a fact rappers, petty talk rappers, fetty talk ass rappers, don't smoke weed, front like they smoke rappers, don't wanna battle BC rappers, I crush wake MCs, fake MCs, no proof battling me, them fake ass rappers, them ugly ass rappers, trick to their hoes rappers, on the slip, never getting with this shit rappers, I hate you no talent rappers, shit's a kind rappers, bullshitting on video, still living with your parents rappers. Hate the fam rappers, know who I am rapper. The Cali came to save this all form rapper. Never used a pen, been in the pen rappers. Cool, have fun, do 5 to 10 rappers. Rap your hood rappers, like shit all good rappers. Only thing you're doing is what you wish you could rappers. One hit rappers, need some quick rappers. Whole LP full of bullshit ass rappers.
Pass me by without my pockets getting a little bigger.
I got dreams, they more like nightmares. My shadow plotting to give me, I can feel the cold stairs. Big house, big truck, the mat, somewhere far, far away from the crack. Away from the day, but I'm so hooked on stacks. And customers support my habit, so I love you for that. Labels don't wanna hear me. I see my future clearly. Don't wanna settle for the old 30 G yearly. Older heads talk about who they might have been. Youngsters talking about who a nigga tired in. Fam on top this rap shit. Name your place and price. Too loud to tell your little lanes was nice. I ride it like a poster, Kaiser taking over. Six wall soldier, season, so I'm colder. Swisher sweet dreams, purple haze visions. All could be yours. Start hustling, stop bitching.
I can't let me stay. Pass me by with us. Get a little richer.
Professional.